starting with 1,000,000 luck points. Chapter 521 Clues. The six of them roared into the sky. At this moment, the figure shrouded in darkness snorted and slowly stretched out a hand. This hand was incomparably huge. As the cold voice fell, the huge palm also landed with a bang. The six of them roared into the sky. At this moment, the figure shrouded in darkness snorted and slowly stretched out a hand. This hand was incomparably huge. As the cold voice fell, the huge palm also landed with a bang. The vision also ended here. The rune also landed in Zhou Hao's hand and was instantly absorbed. With the disappearance of the Genesis rune, all the resistance naturally disappeared. However, Zhou Hao still shivered. That person was really powerful. He had destroyed the six of them with a single strike. The few people behind also heaved a sigh of relief. They were very shocked to see the resistance disappear. They were not only shocked that this rune was strong enough to stop them, but they were also shocked that Zhou Hao really had a way to get rid of it. Everyone, the matter has been settled. Shouldn't you fulfill your promise? Zhou Hao smiled. Without hesitation, Wang handed her treasure to Zhou Hao. She knew that this man was not easy to offend and naturally did not want to cause trouble. Shui Yuangui snorted and threw the treasure out. The others were the same. Zhou Hao took them and stuffed them into his backpack. Su Xiaofei smiled and took off her jade pendant from her neck. She handed over the item that still carried her warmth and fragrance to Zhou Hao. When Shui Yuangui saw this, his expression turned even uglier. However, it only lasted for a moment. However, Zhou Hao still noticed it. He narrowed his eyes and sized up the two of them, a trace of suspicion flashing past his heart. I'm afraid Shui Yuangui has some special feelings for Su Xiaofei. This much is obvious. However, the two of them are both from the international auction house. Could it be possible that they are working together to lead us into a trap? Zhou Hao was not stupid and was naturally suspicious. Therefore, he planned to test whether or not his suspicions were true. Miss Su, this jade pendant of yours is really not bad since you've given it to me. How about you help me put it on? As Zhou Hao spoke, he swept his gaze over Shui Yuangui and looked carefully at Su Xiaofei. Su Xiaofei was stunned for a moment before she smiled. Brother Zhou, are you serious? Her smile was incomparably charming and devastatingly beautiful. Of course, Sister Su, you don't mind, right? You're just helping me put it on. It shouldn't sully your reputation, right? Zhou Hao smiled. Of course not, I'm not that pedantic. As Su Xiaofei spoke, she wanted to help him put it on. However, Shui Yuangui snorted. What's the meaning of this, Brother Zhou? Are you trying to bully the people of our auction because you think you're superior? Hearing this, Zhou Hao's expression did not change. However, he smiled in his heart now that his theory had been tested. Indeed, Shui Yuangui and Su Xiaofei had an ambiguous relation. Moreover, Su Xiaofei's attitude was also unclear. Zhou Hao still couldn't be sure if they were working together. Can this be called bullying? If Miss Su is unwilling, then forget. Zhou Hao directly took the jade pendant from her hand and threw it into his backpack, making Su Xiaofei stunned for a moment. She even wondered if Zhou Hao had some thoughts about her. After all, it was not rare for guys to be interested in her. With her appearance, there were probably not many men who could resist her charm. Alright, since this thing has disappeared, what should we do next? At this moment, Zhou Hao said. Su Xiaofei regained her senses and looked inside. Through this door, one could sense an endless space inside. It was very grand. Su Xiaofei walked in first, and Shui Yuangui followed closely behind. Zhou Hao naturally followed, as did the others. As soon as they entered, they were stunned by the huge space. However, at this moment, a scream suddenly sounded from behind. The few of them turned around and immediately felt their scalps tingle. Wang was currently enveloped by lightning. No spell technique could stop the lightning power. She was also forcefully obliterated by the lightning power, blasted into pieces, and fell. Everyone was shocked. In an instant, Wang died. Su Xiaofei's expression changed drastically. With a wave of her hand, a strange cloth that looked like a handkerchief appeared under her feet. After it appeared, her surroundings emitted bright lights, repelling the lightning. Shui Yuangui was the same. A long sword floated above his head, emitting a surging pressure that saved him from the lightning. There was also Wu and Elder Qin. They all took out treasures to resist the strange lightning power. The lightning here is very powerful. Everyone, be careful. Su Xiaofei hurriedly said, clearly shocked. The others did not speak and only nodded. However, Zhou Hao sneered when he saw this. Seeing that the few of them had taken out treasures to avoid the lightning, his eyes were filled with ridicule. Hee, little sister Su, you're really ruthless. Zhou Hao's words immediately stunned Su Xiaofei. Brother Zhou, what did you say? I have to say, it's a pretty good plan. Zhou Hao looked at her deeply and said. A strange expression flashed across Su Xiaofei's face, but it quickly disappeared. She immediately looked at Zhou Hao and smiled. Brother Zhou, what do you mean? I don't know what happened here either. I also feel sorry about big sister Wang's death. Zhou Hao naturally did not believe this. Ever since he entered, Zhou Hao had felt that there was something wrong with these people. In the beginning, it was Shui Yuangui who gave him an odd feeling, and he had also proven that there was definitely something wrong between him and Su Xiaofei. However, he still could not say for sure what it was exactly. There was also the incident with the Genesis rune power at the entrance. At that time, they all looked at him, making Zhou Hao feel suspicious of them back then. It was just that he did not say anything. Finally, it was Wang's death and the strange lightning power. It was not unreasonable for them to carry treasures that could defend them from the lightning. This was not enough to suggest that they had ulterior motives. However, it was as if the few of them knew that the lightning was going to strike. Their movements were almost identical as they took out their treasures. There was something wrong with this. And most importantly, no one was curious why the lightning had suddenly appeared. Su Xiaofei was the first to speak when the lightning appeared. Previously, she would ask questions whenever something happened. However, just now, she did not seem curious. This made Zhou Hao understand that there was something wrong with the few of them. I don't have any other meaning. It's just that, I don't have any treasures to protect me. I do, however, have something that can attract this lightning power. As Zhou Hao spoke, he took out his spear. Lightning flashed on it, immediately attracting the lightning and causing it to become even more intense. Chapter 522 Black and White Beads. Scene stunned everyone on the spot. Brother Zhou, what's the meaning of this? Brother Zhou, what are you trying to do? They knew how powerful this lightning was. Just now, Wang had resisted with all her strength, but it was still useless. She was still killed by it. If this lightning landed on them, even if they had treasures, it was still impossible for them to escape unscathed. I don't have any other meaning. I'm not talented and don't have much ability. However, I still have a way to take everyone down with me. As soon as Zhou Hao finished speaking, their expressions turned extremely ugly. They all knew how powerful this lightning was and could not help but feel shocked. Brother Zhou, if you don't have anything to protect yourself, I can help you out. At this moment, Su Xiaofei frowned and said directly. As she spoke, she took out a treasure and was about to hand it to Zhou Hao. However, Zhou Hao smiled and walked down to her side. I spent a lot of strength just now and don't have any essence energy to activate the treasure. Little sister Su, can you help me activate it? Zhou Hao's smile was very detestable, making Su Xiaofei's expression turn ugly on the spot. Shui Yuangui's expression was also ugly as he wanted to say something. However, Su Xiaofei hurriedly said, since Brother Zhou is tired, I should naturally help you. As she spoke, she waved her hand, and an opening appeared in the barrier that protected her. Zhou Hao walked in directly. Seeing Zhou Hao standing beside her, Su Xiaofei took a deep breath and forced a smile. Although big sister Wang has died, we're still one step closer to success. Everyone, let's go. As she spoke, Su Xiaofei was the first to control her treasure before moving forward again. The lightning power filled the air. Fortunately, they were all very careful and were able to bypass the lightning soon. The few of them arrived at the top floor. They felt a rich essence energy here and saw an array formation in the center of the platform. On the array formation, there was a small crystal clear branch that looked like it was made of crystal. The surrounding essence energy that was being emitted was very extraordinary. When the few of them saw this, they were shocked. It was the same for Zhou Hao. However, they did not dare to approach. This array formation was still operating. 2 beads, one black and one white, were revolving around the universe origin wood. There was a strange aura on it that contained fluctuations even stronger than lightning. This defense array can only be opened by someone from the 6 lineages. Since I was the one who assembled everyone, let me be the one to unlock the seal. When Su Xiaofei spoke at this moment, the others did not have any objections. These beads should be treasures. Let's control them first and distribute it later. As Su Xiaofei spoke, she sat cross-legged and bit her index finger to begin the ancient secret technique. I, Su Xiaofei, a member of the Su family of the 6 lineages, have come to unlock the array today. Ancestors, please protect me. As she spoke, she threw out the blood essence on her index finger. A huge aura exploded with a bang. Su Xiaofei's expression immediately changed drastically as she spat out a mouthful of blood. Not good, this array formation is too powerful. I need help. Su Xiaofei did not look like she was pretending. However, Zhou Hao did not plan on helping out. He had already said just now that he had exhausted himself too much. At this moment, it was also hard for them to get Zhou Hao to help out. At this moment, the other 3 hurriedly transferred their essence energy to Su Xiaofei. With the support of their essence energy, Su Xiaofei immediately gained endless strength. She suddenly shouted and this strength instantly erupted. She pointed at the black and white beads in the array formation and immediately shouted. Break! Her voice shook not only the space, but also the array formation. The black and white beads trembled violently as a strange force spread out. One of them flew towards Wu, and the other towards Zhou Hao. Su Xiaofei's expression was very ugly. This thing is too domineering. I can't seal it everyone, leave them alone. We're mainly here for the universe origin wood. Let's not cause any more trouble. However, her words seemed to be useless. The black and white beads were clearly extraordinary. There were very powerful fluctuations on them that surpassed all their treasures. Wu flashed and was directly exposed. He did not care about what Su Xiaofei said at all. Wu flew to a spot not far from the black bead. Brother Wu, that thing has already been branded with my blood essence. It's useless even if you take it away. Why don't we take it after we take the universe origin wood? Su Xiaofei said anxiously and even angrily. Haha, little sister Su, I think I'll take this first. In the future, even if I have to distribute it, it will still be up to me, little sister, don't worry. As Wu spoke, he grabbed it. Hehe, brother Wu, I want this too. Sorry, I can't give it up. Shui Yuangui also rushed out. The 2 of them were originally very close, so they were naturally qualified to compete. The other white bead flew towards Zhou Hao and was closest to him. Brother Zhou, please, don't take it, we'll distribute it in the future. Don't hurt our friendship over a single treasure. Su Xiaofei said anxiously. However, before Zhou Hao could answer, Elder Wu spoke. Little sister Su, I'm sorry but I quite fancy that thing. All thank. As he spoke, he sped towards Zhou Hao. Zhou Hao's face was pale as he pretended to be exhausted. Not only that, but he also moved very slowly. When Elder Qin saw this, he immediately smiled. Zhou Hao, don't fight over it, I know you like this treasure, I like it too. I can promise you other treasures as an exchange. As Elder Qin spoke, he had already taken out a treasure and threw it at Zhou Hao. At this moment, Wu and Shui Yuangui had already arrived in front of the black bead. The 2 of them directly attacked. Shui Yuangui, you're not my match. I suppressed my cultivation. Actually, I'm a quasi-heaven realm expert. If you don't want to die, get lost. Wu snorted and his aura immediately exploded. The aura that only belonged to a quasi-heaven realm expert circulated with a bang and instantly enveloped the entire space. Wu punched out directly. His strength was extremely powerful. Shui Yuangui's expression changed drastically and he immediately resisted, but he was still sent flying by the punch towards Zhou Hao and the others. Seeing this, Wu immediately picked up the white bead with a happy expression. But at this moment, a strange power of lightning quietly approached. Zhou Hao had been paying attention to all of them. At this moment, Shui Yuangui and Elder Qin were both walking towards him. He took a deep breath and sneered. Chapter 523 Perfect Situation. Zhou Hao's eyes were cold as he took a step forward. At this moment, his cultivation erupted and he smashed fiercely at Elder Qin. Qin was stunned for a moment before killing intent spread. HMPH, you dare to kill me. Zhou Hao, you're courting death. You're the one who's courting death. As Zhou Hao snorted, his quasi-heaven realm cultivation exploded. This aura immediately swept over the scene, making everyone's expressions change. Elder Qin was even more so. His face was filled with fear and disbelief as he shouted in shock. Nephew Shui, save me quickly. However, it was already too late. Zhou Hao was able to instantly kill a quasi-heaven realm expert, let alone a mere 9th grade supernatural expert. At this moment, the distant Wu also let out a tragic scream. He was instantly bombarded by the lightning. Endless lightning power condensed above Wu's head. Lightning descended with a bang and directly killed him. Before he died, he let out a helpless roar. After Zhou Hao killed Elder Qin, he did not take the white bead in his hand. Instead, he directly dodged and stood opposite Su Xiaofei and Shui Yuangui, looking at them coldly. What a good show. The two of you worked together to kill that man surnamed Wu and that woman surnamed Wang. Now, you even want to kill me. Don't you think that's a little too much? After Zhou Hao finished speaking, the two of their expressions immediately changed. They looked at Zhou Hao in disbelief, their expressions shocked. For a moment, their expressions were brilliant, filled with surprise and fear. This white bead is indeed extraordinary. Unfortunately, that man surnamed Wu was too greedy. It's fine for him to be killed by you guys. You didn't care about that woman surnamed Wang from the beginning. Even if she doesn't die from the lightning, she will still die in your hands. Am I right? Now, Elder Qin is dead, Wu is dead, and Wang is also dead. Of the 6 of them, only 3 survived. The only difference is that I'm alive, and your companion, Elder Qin, is dead. From the moment you tried to kill me and Wu, I knew that you needed at least 3 people to work together to obtain the universe origin wood, right? Hao said indifferently. His words directly shocked the two of in fact, Zhou Hao had long suspected that the 3 of them had been working together, but he had not been able to confirm it. Only when Elder Qin wanted to give him something to exchange for the black bead did Zhou Hao start to piece things together. After all, he was in a bad situation at that time. No matter how careful Elder Qin was, it was still not reasonable for him to do that. Also, when Shui Yuangui was deliberately defeated by Wu and was sent flying in Zhou Hao's direction, Zhou Hao understood. Of course, what made him most certain was that Zhou Hao could sense the strange fluctuation that rose in the space the moment Wu obtained the black bead. His mental strength was far stronger than others. Moreover, he was constantly paying attention to Wu, so he naturally sensed that the final verification was the last sentence old Qin said before he died. Nephew Shui, he had already explained everything. All of this was planned by the two of them. The corners of Zhou Hao's mouth curled up slightly. At this moment, his expression was cold, but it made Su Xiaofei and Shui Yuangui's expressions reveal fear and horror. They did not expect Zhou Hao to be so smart and scheming. He completely saw through their plan. In fact, what Zhou Hao said was all true. From the beginning, Shui Yuangui, Su Xiaofu, and Elder Qin had been companions. In fact, to make their act more believable, Elder Qin rarely communicated with the two of them for the entire time. Moreover, he even deliberately pretended to oppose the plan. Their acting had fooled everyone except Zhou Hao. They thought that their plan was perfect, but Zhou Hao could still tell. How could they not be shocked? They needed at least 3 people to obtain the universe origin wood. However, the 3 of them were not sure that they could obtain it alone. Therefore, they gathered 6 people and let the others be cannon fodder while the 3 of them enjoyed the benefits. Hehe, you're quite smart and even saw through the plan made up by my wife and I. Not bad. Wu Zhangguang was simply too domineering and arrogant. He even suppressed his quasi-heaven realm cultivation to around the 9th grade. Do you think I don't know that he wants to cause trouble? That Wang was even more trash. She has big breasts and no brains. She's not a good partner at all. As for you, I didn't think much of you, but I didn't expect you to be the one who saw through everything. Shui Yuangui spoke at this moment, making Zhou Hao stunned for a moment. Indeed, the two of them were related. Moreover, they were husband and wife. After everything was settled, Su Xiaofei also smiled. Brother Zhou, you're indeed scheming. I really admire you to the core. You probably caught on after seeing Yuangui's last move. But I suppose you only became certain after seeing Wu Zhangguang's death and hearing Uncle Qin's last words. Brother Zhou, you were able to see through the entire situation with just 3 inconspicuous flaws. I really admire you. As Su Xiaofei spoke, she even bowed slightly to Zhou Hao. Her charming appearance made it seem as if she was not severely injured at all. Brother Zhou is right, this place needs at least 3 people to open. With the 3 of us working together, we will naturally be able to break the restriction. Su Xiaofei was incomparably beautiful, but her scheming was really terrifying. She was like a beautiful rosé. She was beautiful, but she was prickly. This matter is the fault of my husband Yuangui and me. We apologize to you. Since you killed Uncle Qin, you're the only one left. In order to express our apology, this item, please accept it as compensation. This is a heaven realm treasure and is very precious. I'll give this to you now. As she spoke, Su Xiaofei cupped her hands and handed the treasure over. Zhou Hao took this treasure and looked at it suddenly. He frowned and relaxed. He looked at Su Xiaofei and nodded. Forget it with them dead, I can get more on average. Zhou Hao smiled and said. On the other hand, Shui Yuangui frowned and had an ugly expression. He looked at Zhou Hao with deep hostility. Yuangui, let's do it after this succeeds, we'll get married, I'll be yours, alright. Su Xiaofei was extremely charming. After saying this, Shui Yuangui's expression was filled with joy. Yes, I spent so much effort on you. After this, we have to get married quickly. I can't wait any longer. Shui Yuangui looked at Su Xiaofei's exquisite figure and devastatingly beautiful appearance. His eyes were burning as if he wanted to pounce on her immediately.